Hey guys, welcome back to another exciting session. I'm your host Mahesh Karia. You're watching me on YouTube now, and today I'm gonna take you through how to use AWS Lambda Functions with SQS, which is simple queue service provided by AWS to communicate between two Lambda functions. And there are lots of other use cases like any thing that is in queue, let's say all the transactions that we do on daily basis, anything like ticket booking service that is going to perform on SQS, and there are lots of other use cases. So the process is very simple. You have to have an AWS account. Make sure your region. Okay, I'm from this EP South one. I'm going to name it or name of my queue, let's say test, and you can configure anything from here. Like let's say there is a use case where I'm going to send message and which should be delivered after half an hour. So it's kind of things that you can configure over here, like visibility timeout, retention period, maximum size of your message, delivery delay, and lots of other things. Okay, this is the JSON file where you can provide the role over here in principle. So which I am role that will be allowed to perform operations based on this configuration will decide. For now, we'll just click here on create queue without wasting any time, and we'll quickly open a VS Code editor. And here we need to create a new folder for getting started with. Okay, excuse me. Simply name it app. Okay, and drag your folder here, and let me maximize the screen, and let me see if this is visible to you. You have to install this AWS extension before proceeding. Simply search for AWS toolkit and you will get this very first extension over here. You just need to install this thing. Make sure to use Docker. I already have it. Simply search for Docker and get it from here, Docker desktop. Apart from that, we need Sam CLI. Simply search for Sam CLI and hit here on the very first link. You will get this for all the kind of systems like Linux, Windows, Mac. You can grab this from here. Once you have it, you are ready to go. You just need to hit Ctrl+Shift+P and search for AWS create Lambda function. This very first link you will get. Click here. After that, you need to choose the language. I'm going to use NodeJS. Apart from that, there are lots of other languages. Just choose your architecture, which architecture you wanna prefer to use. Like I'm gonna stick to this x86 architecture. After that, you can choose a basic SAM app or you can choose a Hello World. We'll stick to Hello World because it will be easy for us to getting started with. After that, you can choose the folder. I already have created app folder. Inside that, I'm gonna name it again app, let's say. So it's going to create another app folder over here. Till then, what we can do is we'll understand the cloud formation. So cloud formation, if you are not aware about cloud formation, okay, let me search quickly. So this is something that allows you to create multiple things using one config file. So config file where you will define, I want to create SQS, I want to create S3 bucket, EC2 instance, and lots of other things. So you don't need to do everything manually. That's why it's going to create one a folder here where we'll get one stack formation template. Based on that, we are going to create the functions and lots of other things. It's doing things in background because this kind of bug, I guess, of this AWS cloud formation thing or whatever it may be, I don't care, but it's going to take some time. No worries. Till then, we'll discuss the further things as well. So I'm hoping that we have created SQS, and now we just need to do one last thing. You can see here test, and we will grab this link URL. Based on that only, we are going to perform the send and receive messages, all the operations. We can trigger the Lambda functions as well. Let's say if you performed anything on one Lambda function, and if you want to trigger on the basis of one Lambda function, we are going to trigger another, let's say trigger the message or whatever it may be. It's kind of things that you can perform from here, but let's say we'll stick to the normal things for now. Now this is it's got created. You can see this app. Inside that we have Hello World. Let's quickly rename it to producer. Okay, because we'll be having one producer and we'll be having one receiver. So that's how we can communicate between two Lambda functions. So here I'll say producer, change all occurrences. Okay, replace, and we'll quickly search for hello world, and we can remove this hello world with the producer. I guess will be better. Hopefully it should work. So I'm trying to remove all the hello world with producer for now, so it will be easy for us to start. Now you can see inside producer we have a docker file, which is very important, where the lambda handler is given, which is the name of my function inside that app.js. So inside that app.js we have a simply hello world application or hello world kind of thing. So instead of this thing, we can say this is my producer. Okay, and we are going to change it from here as well, so it's easy to understand. Okay, let me remove all the unwanted comments quickly, and yeah, this is here we go. And inside that we need to install one more file, which is a kind of dependency. To connect with SQS we need to install we need to change directory first to app, and inside that we have a producer. So we'll go to the producer and we'll say I need to control B quickly. Okay, and we'll say npm I AWS SDK. So it will be easy for us to it will be like it's a dependency which is needed to get connected with SQS or any AWS services. So here we'll say const AWS equal to require AWS SDK. Okay, here we go. After that we'll say aws.config .update, where we'll say my region is AP South 1, so you can choose your region from here as well. Make sure to set up your profile before proceeding. Okay, so here I'm going to create a SQS send message function. Okay, so this where I'm going to send the message, and it will be where I'm gonna create a new SQS. Okay, so now we need to provide a path where in QURL we'll grab the test URLs from there, and we are gonna pass few params like message body, which will be in the form of string. Make sure to convert this thing into form of string, because Q will only understand the string format. That's why we are wrapping this thing in JSON stringify. After that, your URL that we have defined, delay seconds, and few other configurations that we can define in params only. So it's all up to you. After that, we can define the simple sqs.send message here, and we'll pass the params using this promise to use async await, and we'll return simple status code 200 and success message. Okay, so this is my message with data that we are going to do, and this is it. This is all we need to know. And after that, we just don't need this producer. Instead of that, we are going to use producer here. So this is it. Let me grab this URL quickly so we can grab this over here, and let me grab one more thing quickly, this one. Let me grab this thing inside app. So now we'll use a receiver. This is my another what we can say lambda function, where instead of docker file here we'll say receiver, RECEIVER, I guess. Here as well we'll say receiver. Okay, and let me use receive message. So here we'll use receive message. The process is very similar, no need to worry about multiple things, but there I was using send message. Here I'll use a receive message. Okay, looks nice. This function is different only, nothing more than that, and the rest of the things is validation and stuff. No need to worry about this thing. too much. Okay, and this is a kind of QRL, number of message you need to get, visibility timeout, and lots of other things, as we know. Okay, so after that you can define this kind of validations. If messages the length is greater than 0, then we'll get the first one. Okay, and we'll convert this to string to parse this thing in the form of JSON body, and we'll send this. Okay, so this is it. And this delete params, which is why we are using now, because once we get the message and we perform the operation on the top of that message, after that we can delete this thing. Okay, that's why we are using this thing. Okay, so once, let's say once the transaction is in queue, and once we perform the operation, after that once we send the message, then we can delete in queue, delete from queue. That's why we are using it. Okay, so this is it. Once we receive this thing, what we'll do is we'll delete this thing. Once this is deleted, we'll go to the data, and we are sending data directly from here. So now here in Docker file as well, we have used receiver. So let me change this thing from here as well. So this is also my receiver. And now here in template, we need to change few things. So as I told you guys, I don't like comment, if you remember, in various videos actually. If you haven't subscribed already, you can subscribe my channel, so for more such videos, of course. So this is my producer. Okay, and let me remove this thing quickly. Okay, so this is very similar actually. This is the output that we are going to get once we create a stack. So instead of this producer API, once again I'll be use receiver. Okay, and let me grab this receiver multiple times. Okay, here as well. Okay, here as well. Oh, sorry, receiver here as well. Let me use capital R. If you don't understand this thing, no worries. This is kind of thing, cloud formation, that you need to know before understanding the Lambda function. Okay, if you don't know, you can simply copy this thing and you can follow the process as I'm going to tell you. Okay, now this is also easy. Just need to grab this thing. This is my first function. After that we need another function that we just created. Instead of this, I'm gonna use this receiver. Let me grab this receiver quickly over here. So this is my another Lambda function, receiver. Instead of this as well, I'm going to use receiver, and this is my path of receiver folder. So yeah, this is it, I guess. Now we can proceed for the further things. This is a visibility timeout. Actually, for the timeout, it's going to wait for 10 seconds. So it's okay to use 10 seconds. Okay, so this is done. Once we use command J, and after that what we can do is we can simply change the directory, and we can use sam build. Okay, build command is going to build this docker. Okay, docker files that we can see here. So it's going to create two images of sender and receiver. Okay, and I hope I'm not missing anything, otherwise it will we need to create everything once again. So here, yeah, once we are missing one thing, like instead of this hello, what we can do is we can use producer and receiver. Okay, this is a path that we need we are going to get once we create something. Okay, this is my receiver. So let me use this thing. I don't know why we are getting this error. Let me see. Map must be unique. So I have, okay, let me use producer over here. I don't know when I messed up with this thing. So yeah, this is it. Okay, so instead of receiver, I'll say this is my producer and this is my receiver. Oh wow. So now we can stop this thing and we can start build again. Otherwise it won't affect on this thing, of course. Sorry, my bad. So let me do this thing locally. Once this is done, we can run this thing and test this thing locally. And till then I'm gonna show you few other things. Once we open this AWS over here, default region is US East 1 in profile default is currently hidden. Show, yes, let me show this thing. So this is my region, EP South 1. If you are not able to see this thing of your region, simply search here, show region, and select the region that you can, like, you wanna see. Okay, let me close this thing. And inside S3 bucket, I don't have anything. I guess I have lots of things. Let me quickly delete the unwanted things first. So I need to, you can use this thing for various copy name. Okay, so various things. Okay, so like that, I can delete this thing. Okay, let's delete. So I'm deleting it, deleting this because it will be easy for us to monitor what's going on once we upload the template. Okay, so let me delete this thing. So it's deleted. Let me go to the Lambda. We don't have any Lambda functions over here, and we don't have any S3 over here. So once we, and ECR as well. So yeah, we have lots of ECR. So copy ERN, and let me delete this thing. So hopefully I need to use this name to delete. Let me delete repository. Okay, we have the kind of, sorry, we need to use ESC again, and let's refresh this thing. Anyways, we'll see. We don't need to delete this thing. Inside CloudWatch, you can see the logs that we are going to perform here. Okay, if something goes wrong, you can see your CloudWatch logs over here. And inside CloudFormation, we can see there will be a CloudFormation template, that this template we are going to upload. So it's going to be created over here. So that we'll see later. Okay, so this is it for now. I have missed one more thing. Inside that producer, let me quickly create git ignore. Okay, hopefully, yeah, this is working. Actually, we already have git ignore, so we don't need to worry about this thing. I was assuming we should have git ignore here as well. So let me quickly add slash node modules. Okay, and let me grab this thing over here as well, inside receiver. Okay, best. So yeah, it will be better. So yeah, it's taking more than enough time. Actually, I was not sure about this thing. Okay, the rest of the things is very easy. We just need to deploy this thing. Okay, so now you can see, guys, this is done, and now we can run this thing locally. To run this thing locally, we need to hit this command, sam local, and start API, which is going to help us to run this thing locally. So you can see this two producer and receiver links. You just need to hit here. If we get error, it means we have to do something, but this is working fine. You can see over here. Similar with this another link as well, for what was that, producer. Now we can hit to receiver, and now receiver is going to display the messages, and it's going to delete messages, unwanted messages. So yeah, you need to you need to stringify this thing, and you can see it properly. Till then, what we can do is we can simply follow the guide. Okay, that we got the message over here that sam deploy -- guided. Okay, this is going to, we need to hit this command to deploy this thing for the first time only. Okay, so you can now provide the name. Let's stick to sam app. You can provide your region. So my region is AP South 1. Okay, after that you need to confirm the changes. Yes, after that you need to allow CLI to create IAM role for in both the cases, for producer and receiver. You can disable the rollback. It's all your choice. Like if something goes wrong, it will automatically delete all the things, kind of things. So you do not have authorization. Yeah, we'll define it later for both the cases. After that, you can save this arguments to configuration file. Yes, of course. And SAM configuration file will be samconfig.toml file. Yes, SAM configuration environment will be default. You can provide the profile name over here. After that, it will take a while to create a required resources like S3 bucket and lots of other things. Till then, what we can do is we can quickly see here inside stack cloud formation. Okay, and here in stacks you can click in stacks directly to see what's going on here. So this is the stack is getting created. Okay, it will create the required things first. After that, on the basis of that, will perform the further things. I guess we need to also deploy this thing once again, because S3 bucket is missing, and until and unless S3 is created, we can't do the further operations. Okay, so let me wait for it. Once this is done, you can see this is completed, and after that you can hit yes to manage the ECR repositories, which is Elastic Container Repository. So we can upload the images that we have created for provider and receiver to the ECR. So it's going to create another cloud formation template, I guess. So let me see quickly. Okay, it's going to take a while again. Till then, so yeah guys, this is created. Okay, now we just need to hit yes for the change set. So if we go here inside, let me grab this thing quickly. Let me add mstwh8, hit enter, my password, hit enter, and we just need to check the stacks over there. Okay, so all the stack process you can see here on your terminal only. You just need to go anywhere else. Just, you don't know, like, it's okay if you don't open this thing, because it's going to create automatically, and you can monitor all these things over here and here as well. So here you can see all the ECR got created, cloud formations you can see over here only, S3 buckets got created, Lambda functions it's going to create over here. So you also don't need to worry about this thing. So yeah, it's going to take the standard time of stack. Okay, so you can refresh this thing, and you can see once this is done inside resources, we will see the further things. Okay, so let me use control minus. Okay, and now here we go, everything is running, all the events you can see here inside events. And let me refresh, create complete. This is done, almost done. So you can see all the function, IAM role, API gateway, all the things are getting created one by one. So if you want to do this manually, it will take a while. Okay, so that's why we use a cloud formation to do everything at once. So every time you don't need to upload everything to S3 bucket, and the all the things that's going to be performed with using one command only with the help of CLI, of course. So yeah, this is done. Let me refresh, let me go to the stack quickly, and this is done. SAM app is live now. Let me wait for this thing. It's going to return the links that we are going to get from here. Okay, in resources. Okay, in outputs you will see this is the link of a producer. Okay, but before that, what we have to do is we have to go to SQS, and we need to provide a permission of IAM role, otherwise it won't work. Okay, so from where we will get the IAM. Okay, so inside resources you can see the role here. This is receiver role, so you need to open this thing in new tab, and this is a production role, producer role, of course. So you need to open this thing in a new tab, and after that we just need to grab the ARN. So this is going to, we need to add it over there. So let me grab this thing, ARN. Okay, and let me go to the SQS quickly. Inside test, you hit add it. Okay, and here you just need to instead of this, paste here, control V. So this is in the form of array, so don't get confused. Okay, so you can use array as well over here, and I have used this the first one. Now second one is you need to grab this thing from here to here. Okay, so now this is done. Make sure to use double quotation, so otherwise it won't work, of course. So it will be invalid JSON, and this is done. Now if I go here in stacks once again, let me click here in stacks, and here inside outputs you can see this is my producer. Let me open this thing over here. Okay, and this one is my receiver. So let me see the producer. You can see the message. Okay, this is done as in SQS, and receiver as well. If you open this thing in a new tab, you can see the messages over here as well, one by one. Now it depends on you what you send the messages, like the messages that we are sending from let me go to app.js in producer. So this message we are sending, you can send anything over here that is going to that we are going to pass in queue. Okay, so we have passed event, that's why it's looking like this. Apart from that, there are few more things that we need to understand. Okay, so here in resources you can see all the resources, okay, APIs and all the things. If you want to go to the producer function, you can click here and you can monitor all the things like logs, CloudWatch thing, configuration, test, monitor everything. Okay, you can add a trigger as well to when to hit this queue. Okay, and you can do lots of other things like in monitor. If we go here on CloudWatch logs, you can see the logs over here. So everything what's going on you can see over here only. So yeah, this is the thing that we can see here. We can pass the logs as well. Okay, you can create your own logs. Okay, it's all up to you how you use it. Let me go to API gateway quickly. Let me click here. From here as well you can reach out to the URL. Okay, so yeah, this is all things that you can do on your own. Like you can explore the more things, like this is my receiver, let's say. So you can hit on test to test something to pass payload. From here you can also hit the things and get to know what's going on. Okay, from here as well let me hit this thing test, and like this. Likewise you can debug more things and you can understand more things. So thank you so much all of you guys for being with me, supporting me all the time. It's been pleasure to be here. Please let me know inside comment box what you want from my side. Definitely I'll make it for you guys, and thank you so much. And don't forget to subscribe my channel if you haven't already, and please hit the like button. Thank you so much. Have a great day. Bye bye. Let me quickly stop this thing.